You can go up the jungles of the Orinoco River and talk to some of the natives, say, you can have anything you want. He doesn't say, I'd like a twin-engine Beechcraft or a stainless steel refrigerator. He can't say that. Do you understand that? So if you go over to an American Indian and say, look, I'm here to give you anything you want, they'll say, I'd like a Jaguar, brand new, with lacquer coating, 21 coats of lacquer. He can't say that. Do you understand? That's what I mean by man cannot make a choice except within that of his culture. We don't have free will, that means. Whatever you choose to join is because of your background. You were socially aware when you were younger. How did you get that? Maybe a cop beat up your father, or you saw people exploited, or you saw young kids working in factories. I mean, 10 years old. They're working Saturday, Sunday, 12 hours a day, no day off. And women that like children march to free children from child labor factories. And they had rotten eggs thrown at them. Nobody said, all right, we're taking the children out of the factory. It took long marches and big groups of women marching for that. Every step into the future was fought, every inch of the way. Man will never fly. Even the scientists used to write books on why man can't fly. If they were scientists, they would write this way. I can't see how man can possibly fly. I don't even know how to think of a flying machine. That's the truth. When you say, you think man will ever get to the moon, this is years ago. The average person, thousands of years from now. No, that's impossible. You think the guy studied rockets and space science? No, he just had an opinion. So when you give everybody a right to their own opinion, you hurt society. If your sister lived across the street from me, and I see 10 guys coming out of her apartment, I can have all kinds of opinions. She could be a language instructor, ballet instructor. The best thing for me to say is, I don't know. I say, well, what do you think's going on then? I don't know. You think she's a whore? I don't know. That's the answer. So when a person says, you think we'll have peace on earth and goodwill? I don't know how to attain it, you can say. I don't know. There'll always be wars and rumors of wars. You'll always have the poor amongst you. It says that in the Bible. Naturally, if I accepted that shit, I wouldn't be working on stuff like that. So the Bible is a bad instrument. It holds people back. A woman was making some hot water over a flame, and she put the cover, didn't fit the container, so she put it down in there, and as they boiled the water, the cover went up. That's where the piston came from. Nobody said, I've got to make a twin-cylinder engine. Did you ever see this gadget? It's a seed and a thin leaf off like this. It falls from a tree and gyrates down to the ground. You ever see that? Yep. They used to call them pollywogs when I was a kid, or maple seeds. They gyrate down to the ground. Nobody ever made a propeller. Another guy told me he was a pilot in World War I. He was shot down over France. I said, what kind of plane did you fly? He says, a Spad. I said, what were the instrument panels like? Never got any answers. So when people tell you they were formerly kings, what did your ship pot look like when you were a queen in ancient Rome? They don't know. They don't know what their cones look like. What were the plates made of that you ate? And what were the buildings like? They don't know. So do use the thing. That's what science means. Check it out. So when they say fresco, is a dictator. He makes all the decisions. You have to tell him he doesn't make any decisions. First thing we do is a survey. How much land do you have, arable? How much water do you have? That tells us how big a city you can build. If you build a city far in excess of what the land can supply, it won't work. That's called a scientific method. If a guy mixes different kinds of metals together, just to see how strong it gets, he doesn't know, and he mixes iron and cobalt and tungsten together to see if he can make a metal that doesn't twist when you grab it, or doesn't bend easily. They don't know, so they mix these different things together. They're called metallurgists. They don't know. And when they mix it together, this guy mixed nickel and titanium together just to make a stronger metal. And when he bent it, he left it on a table near a heat lamp, and it straightened out again. That's where the memory metals came from. Nobody says they're going to make metal with memory. You can't do that. So when I say man doesn't have free will, that's, well, listen, I picked, so you hold up 5 radios, I pick the one I want. He knows something about the speaker system. He may know a certain radio made by GE has better sound than others. So all your judgments, whether you get a horse and buggy for an ambulance or a motor vehicle that travels 30 miles an hour and your father gets a heart attack, you want that faster vehicle. So your choices are based on the ever-changing society. The Kennedy rocket is a rocking chair with a straight back and straight thing, and it's got 2 legs and a rocker like that. That's very bad to sit in anatomically. The guy that designed that either is an asshole or he doesn't know that the human body has a negative curve here, and it has a spinal curve like that. So when you sit in it, you can sit in it a longer time because it's shaped like your ass. If you make it straight, it's going to hurt you. Restaurants try to make it straight so you won't hang out too long. Everything has a history. So when man changed, they say, well, I've changed my mind. I wanted to do films on this. 2 farmers walking down the road. One of them says to the other, you hear about them Wright brothers trying to build a flying machine? The guy laughs, he spits. He says, if the good Lord wanted man to fly, he'd have been born with wings. Well, if the good Lord wanted you to wear clothing, you'd have been born with a suit. If he wanted you to live in a house, you'd have been born in a house. So all that stupid stuff. Nobody's born with a hat. It's part of your culture. Sun beats on your head, and you go like that, or you carry a leaf. When it rains, the bigger the leaf, the less wet. Then a guy designs a stick with a leaf on top, and you hold it. Then the wind blows the top off, so he makes it round very slowly. This doesn't happen overnight. So all invention is based on pain and experience.